For this template, you want to provide editors with a choice of background images that are appropriate for different episodes. There are multiple ways to do this, but we're going to add checkboxes so they can toggle the visibility of each image. First, you'll add the images to the timeline panel. Select the Project tab to bring the panel forward. Then drag the Holding Gun PSD, Man Hat PSD, and Stylized Scene PSD files to the bottom of the timeline panel. Holding Gun, I'm going to hold down Control. Select those three and drag it down to the bottom. And my mouse glitched. Let's try this again. Technology. The adjustment layer named Background Effect will affect all the layers beneath it in the timeline panel. In the timeline panel, select the Embrace PSD layer. And then Shift select the Stylized Scene layer to select all four of them. Then choose Effect, Expression Controls, and then Checkbox Control. After Effects adds the checkbox control effect to each of the selected layers. With all four layers still selected, press T to display what? What does T display? If you said opacity, you are correct. For each layer, you're going to create an expression that ties the opacity property to the appropriate checkbox. Deselect all layers, and then select the Embrace PSD layer. Drag the Pick Whip for the opacity property in the Embrace PSD layer to the checkbox property in the Effects Control panel. So the Pick Whip is this thing right here. So drag this up to here, to the checkbox. Expand the opacity property to see the expression. After Effects created the default expression effect checkbox control, and it's talking about right here, which identifies the related effect. You want to set the opacity to 100% when the checkbox is selected, so you'll add that instruction to the expression. So click right here at the end of this last one, and we're going to type asterisk, Shift 8 is asterisk, and 100. Repeat these 4 steps for the other image layers. So we're going to go to Pick Whip to here. Expand go to the end of this. Asterisk 100. Pick Whip. My mouse is acting strange today. Try this again. Okay. Expand the opacity. Go to the end of this. Asterisk 100. And then the final one. Expand the opacity. Asterisk 100. Now you're ready to add the controls to the Essential Graphics panel. So select all 4. Press E, and that will display the effects for each layer. In the Embrace PSD layer, expand the checkbox control properties. So click right here. And you can see the checkbox property, then drag the checkbox property into the Essential Graphics panel. Rename the checkbox property Embrace. Repeat those two steps for each of the other layers, renaming the checkbox properties Holding Gun, Man in Hat, and Stylize respectively. So we'll go to checkbox control. Drag that up there. This one is holding gun. And then Man in the Hat. And finally, there goes my mouse again. Oh, what in the world did my mouse do? Ah! Okay, so I think I got it back to where it's supposed to be. I hope I did. And this final one is stylized. Here I am typing nothing. I'm getting a little flustered. Come on. Ah. Sometimes I want to throw things. I hope I didn't mess all my stuff up. Where was I? So choose Add Group. And we're going to rename this group Background Images. Drag the image checkboxes into the Background Images group. So we're going to drag this and this. We're going to now choose Add Comment. And we're going to type toggle on the image you want to use. Drag the comment to the top of the Background Images group. And then drag the Background Images group above the Background Effect group. So I'm going to drag that right there. Now the template controls are tidy and easy to use. Click off next to one of the image names to display a default background image. So when you click on that, it turns that on over here. Hide the properties for all. Let's do this. Let's make this tidy. Hide all these properties. I'm sorry that mine was all crazy. I hope we did everything right. So now let's click File and then Save. The responsive design features in After Effects and Premiere Pro let you author adaptive motion graphics. The response design time feature specifically preserves the duration of time in a particular region of a composition in a motion graphics template while enabling time stretching into unprotected regions. You can preserve the timing of specific areas in compositions you export as motion graphics templates or in nested composition within After Effects. We're going to protect the duration of the episode's title's transition. That way, an editor in Premiere Pro will be able to shift the timing of other areas, such as shortening the time before the text explodes, but speeding up or slowing down time elsewhere won't affect the protected area. In the timeline panel, drag the work area start marker to 2. So it's talking about right here. We're going to drag this over to 2 seconds. And then drag the work area end marker to 5 seconds. You've reduced the work area to that area you want to protect from time stretching. Choose Composition, Responsive Design, Time, and then create protected region from work area. You can see that shaded. The protected area is shaded in the timeline panel. Click File and then Save. You've added properties to the Essential Graphics panel, renamed them to make sense to an editor in Premiere Pro, and tested their effects. Now you're ready to export the template so your colleagues can use it. You can share it through a Creative Cloud library or save it to a local drive as a motion graphics template file to distribute yourself. The template includes all the source images, videos, and properties. So click Export Motion Graphics Template right here. In the Export as Motion Graphics Template dialog box, you have this. Select the local templates folder, make sure that's selected, and then click OK. By default, Premiere Pro looks for motion graphics templates in the Motion Graphics Templates folder on your local computer. However, you can choose to save the template to a different folder or to a Creative Cloud library which you can access from other devices. So let's click File. Oh, you didn't do anything to save it because we just exported it. So we're going to do something different. I did what they did and I don't know where it went. So let's do this. Export Motion Graphics Templates if my mouse will act right. We're going to click right here where it says it was local templates folder before. Change that to local drive and then click Browse and then go to wherever you've been saving your lesson 11 and then save it, and you're going to get a shot in the dark sequence on yours, and that's what I want you to save it as. I've already done that. And then make sure that you save what we've done here and then close it, and this completes this, and I will tell you what you need to submit